You may be surprised to learn that the handfuls of nuts you've always believed were healthy might actually be silently slowing your body down day by day. What exactly is happening inside your colon? Stay with me. The truth may shock you. I am Ethan Marshall, a 60-year-old physician in the United States who has spent more than 3 decades studying natural health and the body's ability to heal itself. And today, I want to begin with a truth that may startle many people. Over the years, I've seen countless patients believe that simply eating more nuts would make them healthier and live longer. But in reality, those very healthy handfuls often left them bloated, fatigued, achy, and drained of energy without understanding why. If you're watching this video and find that worth thinking about, please subscribe, like, and share, so I can continue bringing you honest and valuable health content. As we enter middle age and beyond, dietary recommendations tend to revolve heavily around nuts, good for the heart, the brain, longevity. None of that is entirely wrong, but it isn't universally true either. And this is precisely why nuts become a double-edged sword. In natural healing, especially within the philosophy I learned from pioneers like Erit and authors who studied the colon extensively, food is only beneficial when the body is capable of receiving it. The body is not a storage bag. It is a finely tuned system with very specific operating conditions. If the digestive system, especially the colon, is congested or functioning less efficiently with age, energy-dense foods like nuts become a burden. Norman Walker once described the colon as a forgotten pipe. When that pipe isn't clean, even healthy foods can become problematic. This explains why 2 people can eat the same handful of nuts. One feels energized, the other feels heavy, sluggish, or achy. Most people don't realize that the dirtier the body is, the harder food is to digest. Nuts, rich in fats and proteins, require strong digestive effort. When you're 50, 60, or 70, your digestion doesn't function the way it did at 20. And if your colon has never been properly cared for, dense foods like nuts can slow you down, even when you believe you're eating healthily. This does not mean nuts are bad. They simply aren't suitable for every body at every time. And that is where misunderstanding begins. We judge food based on belief, not our actual physiological state. So the real question is, do you truly understand what stage your body is in? Are you eating nuts because they're good or because you think they're good? Let me ask you something to help you reflect. After eating nuts, how do you usually feel? A. Light and energized. B. Heavy, tired, or slightly bloated. Comment your answer below. I'd love to know what your body is telling you. When examining the unwanted effects of nuts, it's important to understand that most discomfort in the body doesn't appear suddenly. It accumulates from the digestive system's physiological limitations, especially in middle age and later years. Nuts, though nutrient-dense, are dry, dense, and highly concentrated in energy. This makes them demanding foods that require significant digestive fluids, enzymes, and muscular effort to break down. If the colon is not clean or the intestinal movement is weakened, such foods easily cause stagnation, fermentation, and gas buildup. This explains why many people feel bloated or heavy after eating nuts, even in modest amounts. Beyond their physical characteristics, their nutritional composition adds another layer of burden. Nuts contain high levels of fats and proteins, which tend to create an acidic environment during digestion. When the body is already imbalanced, especially with old waste in the colon or connective tissues, this acidity may contribute to uric acid buildup. The result often appears as joint pain, muscle fatigue, low energy, or even heaviness in the head. Symptoms many attribute to age without recognizing their connection to diet. Another point is the pressure placed on the liver and pancreas when processing dense fats. These organs naturally decline with age. When forced to metabolize large amounts of oil, they can be overwhelmed, leading to indigestion, discomfort in the upper abdomen, or burning sensations after meals. These reactions are not due to nuts being bad. but because the digestive system lacks the capacity to process them thoroughly. This becomes more pronounced in those who eat nuts regularly or at night when the body's rhythm slows. In addition, nuts' low water content makes them difficult to move smoothly through the intestines unless paired with water-rich foods. When the body lacks hydration, stool becomes dry and hard, causing constipation, pain, or irregular bowel movements. Though often dismissed as routine constipation, this is actually a mismatch between the food eaten and what the intestines truly need. Reports on colon health often describe dry material sticking to the intestinal walls, slowing absorption and elimination, creating a cycle of poor digestion. From these factors, it becomes clear that the negative side of nuts does not lie in the nuts themselves, but in the mismatch between their structure and the compromised state of the aging colon. When the digestive system loses its flexibility, any dense food becomes a burden. Understanding this is the first step toward evaluating what is truly suitable for one's body. When evaluating the benefits of nuts, it is essential to view them within their natural role rather than expecting them to function beyond their nature. Nuts are inherently dense foods, rich in natural fats, vitamins, and minerals. This makes them helpful in circumstances where the body needs stable, long-lasting energy, much more sustained than what fresh fruits or water-rich vegetables provide. During colder seasons, when the body's energy demands rise and metabolic rate adjusts, nuts can help maintain warmth and reduce fatigue due to their slow, steady release of heat energy. This slow release also promotes satiety and stabilizes blood sugar fluctuations, which commonly affect older adults. For individuals transitioning from diets heavy in meat, eggs, and dairy to lighter eating patterns, nuts serve as a necessary bridge. A sudden shift from dense animal protein to fruits and vegetables can provoke a sense of energy loss or lack of satisfaction. Nuts offer a relatively safe alternative, producing less waste than animal protein, while easing the adaptation to a new dietary structure. Their high caloric density helps reduce psychological resistance to dietary change, especially for those accustomed to heavy meals or physically demanding lifestyles. In this transitional stage, nuts fulfill a meaningful role, not as foundational foods, but as stabilizers that help make the adjustment smoother. However, their benefits are not indefinite. As the digestive system improves and accumulated waste decreases, the body naturally requires less dense food. Individuals following cleansing practices or increasing their intake of fruits and water-rich foods often find nuts increasingly heavy or unnecessary. This shift reflects a simple biological principle. The cleaner the body, the more it prefers lighter, water-rich, and low-burden foods. This explains why many people, after improving their health, report a reduced desire for nuts or greater digestive sensitivity to them. From a nutritional and physiological standpoint, nuts offer maximum benefit only when used in the proper context: cold climates, high energy needs, or transitional dietary phases. Outside these conditions, they gradually become excessive. This shift is not extreme, but reflects the body's natural evolution as digestive and eliminative functions improve. Understanding this transitional role helps prevent over-reliance on nuts as a dietary staple. When examining the proper use of nuts in healing and health improvement, it becomes clear that their effectiveness depends not only on the nuts themselves, but also on how they are combined with other foods and the digestive system's current condition. In natural nutrition principles, fats do not dissolve in water. Therefore, when nuts are combined with water-rich fruits, digestion easily slows. This mismatch leads to fermentation in the stomach and intestines, producing gas and forcing the digestive organs to work harder. Avoiding this combination is not arbitrary. It stems from the fundamentally different digestion timelines of these two food groups. One requires long digestion, the other an extremely short one. Mixing them disrupts digestive coordination, producing reactions commonly felt by older adults: bloating, pressure, sluggishness. When nuts must be eaten, pairing them with dried fruits like figs or dates creates a different dynamic. Dried fruits are denser, lower in water, and contain minerals that support digestion, balancing the digestive environment when combined with fats. This pairing allows smoother breakdown and absorption without time-conflict digestion. This is why dried fruits become suitable companions for nuts during times when energy is needed, but digestive lightness must be preserved. Even with proper pairing, nuts remain dense foods and should always be consumed sparingly. Treating nuts as foundational foods forces the digestive system beyond its comfortable limits, even when they are combined correctly. This is particularly relevant for individuals undergoing detoxification or digestive recovery, where minimizing waste production is essential. In this context, the cleanliness of the colon becomes the determining factor in whether nuts are tolerated well. When the colon contains residual waste or the elimination processes are weak, even small amounts of nuts may trigger discomfort. By contrast, when the intestinal tissues, movement, and elimination capacity improve, nuts become easier to process, though still not appropriate for frequent consumption. This reinforces a key principle. The effectiveness of nuts lies not in their nutritional profile, but in their compatibility with the digestive system's actual condition. Understanding this helps prevent the common mistake of treating nuts as a primary food source and encourages a more balanced approach to everyday eating. Understanding the role of nuts in nutrition and healing requires a comprehensive perspective, recognizing not just their nutritional value, but how they fit into the body's biological needs at different stages of health. Nuts, though rich in nutrients, are not foundational foods because their caloric and fat density surpass the body's regular requirements, especially in individuals with declining digestive function or those in long-term adjustment phases. Thus, nut consumption must be contextual, balancing digestive capacity, energy needs, and colon cleanliness. When waste accumulates or elimination is incomplete, nuts quickly become an added burden. Even when digestion is strong, nuts are best used as supplements, not replacements for lighter foods. In transitions toward cleansing or natural eating, many overestimate superfoods, including nuts. But a truly sound diet depends not on maximizing nutrient intake, but on the body's ability to absorb and eliminate fully. Colon clarity, tissue condition, and metabolic efficiency determine food value more than nutrient charts do. Therefore, restoring digestive health should precede attempts to refine nutrition. As the body becomes lighter and clearer, its natural demand for dense foods like nuts declines, not due to deficiency, but due to physiological refinement. This perspective also prevents the overuse of nuts as daily staples. Though helpful in particular phases, nuts cannot simultaneously sustain energy, detoxification, and long-term nourishment. Relying on them as a primary food may inadvertently hinder cleansing by overloading the body with excess fats. A reasonable diet follows principles of moderation and adaptability, allowing nuts to appear only when needed, not by habit. Ultimately, proper nut consumption comes from observing the body's signals, adjusting according to life stage, and understanding digestive limitations. With this approach, nutrition becomes part of a natural healing process in which every food serves its appropriate role, and health emerges from harmony between true needs and biological capacity. Nuts, while rich in nutrients and beneficial in certain phases, are not foundational long-term foods. They only truly support health when digestion is strong, the colon is clear, and energy needs are high, such as in cold weather or during dietary transitions. When digestion weakens or waste accumulates, nuts easily slow recovery. Understanding proper context, portion size, and digestive capacity is key to using them wisely. One essential insight is the food value depends not only on nutrients, but on the body's ability to assimilate them. Instead of striving to eat enough nutrients, prioritize digestion and elimination first. Cleanse the colon, listen to your body's feedback, and use nuts sparingly within your overall diet. Applying this makes daily meals lighter and more supportive of healing. Do you feel your body currently absorbs nuts well, or do you think reducing them would help ease your digestion? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you'd like to receive a free ebook on natural healing and health practices, fill out the form in the description. And remember to subscribe, like, and share the video to support the ongoing creation of meaningful health content for the community.